Hello friend. Hello friend, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are already subscribed. Today we are going to be looking at what the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st has in store for your rising sign. A couple things. I'm outside. I'm sorry if the sunglasses are like unsettling, but it's super bright out here and super hot, but I refuse to go in because I feel like I've curated a very specific vibe today with the hammock and the grass and the sky in the background. So work with me or don't, it's up to you. But I'm just feeling very vibey. I'm excited to talk about this full moon in Capricorn. People are calling it the buck moon, or I saw that some indigenous tribes call it the salmon moon because this is when the salmon return to populate the river. So it's a moon associated with a coming back to self, a letting go of things that have been going on, of like responsibilities that you've had going on, and kind of returning back to your home, in that sense, your home within yourself. So getting started with Aries rising, this full moon is happening in your 10th house of career and work. So we're gonna get some messages from the tarot to see what you need to hear. Tell me about my Aries. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so there's a big ending chapter happening here, and the thing that I hear when I look at this card is failure. You're letting go of the fear of failure. Maybe you have failed recently. You have failed at who that you are supposed to be, who you felt you were supposed to be, and this is a chapter of your life where you're finally able to say, yeah, I failed and that sucked. It made me really upset, but it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So there's an ending of a fear of failure here surrounding your endeavors. Okay, we have a couple cards. Have the Magician in reverse, and we have the Knight of Swords. And I love the imagery on this card. He's like running towards it. So with looking at the spread with the 10 of Swords, the Magician in reverse, and the Knight of Swords, you're giving up on something that you may have considered too idealistic in the past. And it's not because you're giving up on following your dreams or something like that. You're realizing that something wasn't what it seemed to be, and it's wrapped up within that lesson of failing upwards that you're learning that it's okay to fail because you always learn new things. And within this, you are finding this like coming back to yourself, because I think you put a lot of pressure around, I keep saying the phrase like who it is you're supposed to be, but I think you put a lot of pressure around that, and that's impacted your ability to move through the world and move towards your goals, because you're always concerned with what other people are thinking about you and how you take action towards these things. Let's see what else here. I want to get like a couple more cards. What else does my Aries rising need to know? Okay, we have the Empress. I like this Empress card as well. And we have the 2 of Swords. Yeah, so a lot of you this full moon are integrating that more feminine side of yourself, where you're learning to just, the powerful side of feminine, where you're learning that you can listen to your intuition. You're learning that you can tap into that receptive energy, that you don't need to be go 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 constantly. And when we're constantly in go go go, and if you're in the West especially culturally, that's kind of like what we're taught to do, but you're in this part where you're being encouraged to lean into the more softer feminine side of life and really get lost in your intuition, get lost in art, get lost in creation. And this is a way you're learning to transcend this failure and make it work for you. Learn a real big lesson here, and you're learning how to allow this feminine energy and this masculine energy to exist at the same time. This full moon isn't saying give up on your goals and everything that matters to you, but it's instead saying it's time to move in a new direction. It's time to listen to your intuition and be guided in that way towards things, instead of trying to like force things along. There's this energy of wanting to just like force things along, and instead leaning into that part of truly getting like lost in the stuff that matters to you. So that is all I have for you, Aries. I hope you have a wonderful Capricorn full moon. Hello, Taurus. How are you? So this full moon is happening in your 9th house. Your 9th house, of course, is the house of expansion, self-discovery, travel, also the house of higher education, things like that. So we're going to see what exactly this means for you. Tell me about my Taurus rising. Okay, we have this Page of Swords here. It's very likely you're being offered some sort of opportunity here. That's what I'm getting immediately looking at this card, because it's like this person's like, she's letting them in on a secret. So someone's offering you the opportunity to move up in your company. For some of you, this could even be an opportunity to go on like a company trip, that you weren't expecting to do. But there's this energy with this trip or this promotion that's centered around personal development and related to your endeavors. So it's not just a trip for pleasure, like it's something that you're learning here as well. And it could be learning from travel as well. Okay, we have this King of Swords. Yeah, because this gives me heavy conference vibes. So it's likely that you'll be doing something related to, for those of you who are in school or just like whatever profession you're in, you're doing some sort of professional, educational development, some sort of trip possibly. Okay, oh, interesting. We have the Devil card here. I love the Devil card in this deck. I think the imagery on it is really, really captures like the Devil card energy perfectly, that the codependent pattern. So let's see what this has to do with. What does this have to do with? Well, first of all, I'm hearing like limitations, like possible, like limiting beliefs that you have that are still existing and kind of holding you back in your personal growth, personal expansion journey. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. You're like addicted to stressing yourself out. That's and I'm sure you're like, dude, fuck you, like I don't like stressing myself out. No, but you're addicted to it. Like there is a need for you to be able to, on the back of the deck we have the Seven of Cups here. Look how at peace she is. I love the vibes. There is a need for you to create more peace for yourself, to find more creative outlets. And I think it's interesting because a minute ago I said there's underlying energy to this trip that isn't just related to pleasure, but it's instead related to growth, to work, to something like that. But maybe it should be related to pleasure. Maybe even if it is related to work, make sure that you're finding time for pleasure within this, because I think that you don't make enough time for your inner child to play and to heal, and it's something that's really impacting your personal growth. Because Taurus, I see that personal growth is something that's very important to you, that's being highlighted like with this new moon here, and you're creating like your own paradox where you're trying to push yourself and move forward, but you're not getting in touch with that part of yourself, that part of your inner child. So it's kind of making you feel like you're not enough, like you can't accomplish the things you want to because you're forcing those things too much. So just letting go a little bit of that control, finding ways to do that, I think would be really beneficial for you here. So that is all I have for you, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful Capricorn full moon. Hello, Gemini. Why did I forget what came next? I'm literally a Gemini rising too. Sorry. Hi, Gemini. I hope you are well. So this is happening in your 8th house, which of course is the house of debts. It's the house of hidden things. It's the house of taboo, of spirituality. So we're going to see how this exactly is impacting you. Tell me about my Gemini. Okay, we have the Emperor and we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so you, my Geminis, are learning how to lean more into that masculine side of success during this. And that's interesting because Aries got literally the exact opposite message with the Empress. You're learning to lean more into that masculine side during this full moon here. Let's get more information about that when it's related to... Oh, you know what I think this is for you? I do want to get some more cards, but what's coming up for me is like that, the hidden part of your psyche. Like it's something that you're being encouraged to like go guns blazing into, like boldly and courageously go into and take action towards understanding about yourself. Two of Wands. Yeah, this is a period for you during the new moon where you're researching and understanding more about your spirituality, about your connection to other people, as far as it goes in like, not like a networking way, but in like a godly, universal way. Like, what does it mean to you to be part of the collective? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands here. yeah, this is a very serendipitous time for you to engage in anything related to your spirituality or your craft, whatever it is that you do, to feel connected to God, to feel connected to the universe. This is a good time for you to experience those things, especially for those of you I'm hearing who identify like as being witches or just connected with nature as part of your religion. This is a good time to get connected with those things. Oh, okay. So we have this Knight of Cups in here too. So this is an additional message. Tarot-wise, this isn't so much reflected in the full moon necessarily, but all of this stuff, like you getting a better understanding on yourself, being able to go head first into those 8th house areas of like tabooness, spirituality, getting a better understanding of yourself, having the freedom to express yourself in that way is leading you towards a new romantic partner. There's somebody who's coming forward to offer you some sort of romantic interest with this Knight of Cups here. So getting more in touch with yourself, like learning how to understand those things. There's a big underlying energy for every sign, because I just pulled the Strength card on the back of this. For every sign so far, and it's been in different ways, of course, because it's the different houses, there is this big energy of inner child, of like understanding, of like going back in time. And it does make a lot of sense because Capricorn rules Saturn, and Saturn is the father in astrology. So like understanding your childhood patterns, your relationship with your father as it exists today, and how that affects you. So Gemini, I think that's extra relevant for you with your 8th house, understanding your relationship with your father, how that affected you as a child, how that affects you now as an adult. And there's something about this here that's leading you to a romantic partner. So very interesting. That is all I have for you, Gemini. Let's move on to my Cancer rising. Hi, Cancer. How are you? I can't pick these up. Let's see what this full moon Capricorn has in store for you. It is in your 7th house of relationships. Tell me about my Cancer. Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles here. We have the moon. Okay, interesting. So there's a big energy of balance, obviously, with our 2 of Pentacles here, and you trying to wear many hats. I think for a lot of Cancers right now, Cancer risings right now, there is an energy on not, if you are in a relationship or otherwise, there is an energy on not losing your own individual identity within that, what that relationship looks like. Or if you're single, it's possible that you are understanding right now who it is that you are on your own, in dichotomy to who it is that you are when you're in a relationship. Because with the moon clarifying that as well, it tells me that there's an air of mystery around who it is that you are. There's parts of yourself that you don't know very well at this point, and I think that you have a tendency to, again, like lose yourself in your relationships, not in an ill-intentioned way, but you become so attached to somebody else that you kind of blend in with them. So this is about understanding who it is you are, being comfortable with your identity on your own and not losing that completely to another person. Okay, we have the Lovers. Very nice. And we have the 4 of Swords. Okay, so with the Lovers here being followed up, I like the Lovers card on this in this deck as well, because it's like they're like touching each other's soul. It's really cute. With the Lovers being clarified by the 4 of Swords here too, it's just kind of like re-emphasizing like what I'm saying. Like this, if you are in a relationship especially, this doesn't mean your relationship is anything, ending or anything like that. Actually, I think it's reinstating that, like, whether or not you want to move forward with this relationship or not, you need to be comfortable being who you are on your own, or it will not work out, because you need to know who you are. Because you see how she's spending some quality time alone. So spend some time alone within like the time that you spend with your partner, meaning like don't be afraid to take a step back and say that you need to spend some time on your own, you want to do this, and just communicate to them that you're just trying to get to know yourself better, because it will make you a better you for you, and also like in every other area of your life. So that is all I have for you, Cancer. I hope you have a good full moon. Hello, Leo. How are you? I hope you are well. This is happening in your 6th house. which love, that's the 6th house is obviously the house of health. It's a house of everyday routines and things like that. It's almost Leo season too. Oh, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay. It's a big duality energy, big inner child energy, this full moon. Okay. The Knight of Cups. Oh, the King of Cups, sorry. King of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. Yeah. There is certainly a celebratory energy going on here for you. And it makes a lot of sense, like I said, because Leo season's right around the corner. So I'm sure y'all are getting excited for your birthday. But there's a big energy of celebration here. There's a big energy of shaking things up. There's an energy of learning what's working in your life and what's not. I think there's someone or something here that's been a part of your daily routine that's not working anymore, or it's something new that you're introducing. And I see that here in the King of Cups by looking at this puppy. Like, some of you could be literally getting a new animal, or it's just representative of new energy coming into your life in that way. New, and it's literally a golden retriever, and I hate when like guys say they have golden retriever energy, but so it's not about a man necessarily, but it is that golden retriever energy in its truest form, where it's like playful and fun and like coming to talk to you, to hang out with you. So there's a lot of playfulness and happiness coming into your routines, which I think that you could use, because you're looking to shake stuff up. You're looking for something like more exciting to happen. Life could be a bit stagnant for you lately, and stagnancy looks like it is coming to a close, at least for this next like full moon cycle for you. Okay, we have the 6 of Pentacles here. Yeah, maybe you've been sort of lonely these past few months, and now there's the opportunity for connection, for socialization, like I said, celebration. I didn't pull it, but I'm also heavy getting the 3 of Cups, like with the women celebrating on it, because it's very likely that you are with like having this energy of celebration and just loving life lately. So that is all I have for you, Leo. Hi Virgo, how are you? Welcome to your reading. Let's see what is going on for you. This full moon in Capricorn is happening in your 5th house. So your 5th house is the house of dating, of pleasure, of fun, enjoyment. Let's see, also of if you have children. Let's see what it is highlighting for you. Okay, so we have the Hierophant here. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. This is not a time for you to be giving. This is a time for you to be receiving pleasure. Take that as it resonates. It could be as, you know, raunchy as it sounds, or not. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is definitely a time for you to spend time having fun by yourself, which is an interesting message for the 5th house. But learning what it means to you to like have fun and like be on your own is something that's going to be very valuable to you at this time. This is not a time for you to be giving, because I think that you've been in a particular giving energy lately, and it's probably burning you out a little bit, even if you don't realize it. So now the universe is trying to give to you, like, and I really like this Hierophant card here, because it like symbolizes that it's trying to give to you. It's trying to give back to what you put out. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups. Yeah, she's just like totally burnt out. I think that you're in maybe, if at the very least, an uncomfortable place, at the most a dark place, and in that case, like, I do hope you have the resources to access. If you need resources, please comment below and I will try to help you find some, as far as like counseling and things like that go. So we have the Hermit card here as well. So this is, maybe you've been spending a lot of time alone in like an isolative energy, and you're like, well, I've been spending so much time on my own anyway. But this is about spending time, like intentional time alone. So there's a big difference between me sitting out here and filming this video and like relaxing and having a good time and like laying in my bed and sleeping for 12 hours. Completely different energies, right? They just feel differently. So think about that within your own life too. Like, what does that look like for you? So that is all I have for you, Virgo. Let's move on to my Libra. Hi Libra. So this full moon is happening in your 4th house. So we know the 4th house is home, it's family, it's your like immediate environment. I'm seeing the King of Swords here. I'm also seeing 4 of Wands. So it's very likely under this full moon you're starting a chapter of celebration. You're starting a chapter of rejuvenating your space in some ways. There could be a family fight or disagreement coming to a culmination during this point with someone. It could be you. It's very likely to be you actually, but someone, either you or a sibling, taking charge in this situation to kind of bring this family disagreement to a head and like bring people together. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles here. Yes, so I definitely see siblings here gathering, especially for those of you who have like a group of 3 siblings. I'm really picking up on here, but regardless, I see if there were fights happening between you and your siblings, or you and your siblings are kind of like bridging together the gap between your other family members to bring things to a point where everyone can come together and celebrate again. Okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah. Okay, so this tells me that this is a time for you to extend the olive branch. This is a time for you to see where you were wrong in the situation and apologize for that in order to do your part in the family coming back together. I do get the sense that there's definitely a heavy influence of siblings here, but ultimately this is bringing you and a family member. It's bridging the gap between you and a family member that's ultimately helping your family as a whole here. And this period is going to be reflected in your next 6 months until the new moon in Capricorn. Definitely expect a lot of, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? I'm filming this in July, so in the coming months we have exciting holidays coming up, depending on like what exactly you celebrate. But from August to January, there are many different holidays that happen here. So this could be the first time in many years that you're celebrating holidays with your family. So that is all I have for you, Libra. I hope that you have a beautiful Capricorn full moon, and we are going to move right into Scorpio. Hi Scorpio, how are you? I'm so glad that you're here. This is happening in your 3rd house of communication. So let's see what this full moon in Capricorn means for you. Tell me about my Scorpio. Okay, we have the Lovers here. For those of you who are in a relationship, you're bridging the gap in communication right now and connecting with your partner on a deeper level. For those of you who are not in a relationship, or you could be in a relationship as well, but for mostly my people who are single, you're bridging the gap between you and your shadow self. So like between the lighter and dark aspects of yourself, you're finding a way to hold and heal all parts of yourselves and see them as equal parts instead of like the shadow being less than the lighter parts of yourself. We also have the 10 of Cups here in reverse. Yes. So again, for those of you who are in a relationship, this communication could be coming after a chapter of like a period where you and your partner went on a break, or things in your relationship weren't as kosher as you would have liked them to be. They were a little bit rocky. Or again, if you're single, this is just following a period of heartbreak in general. Could be related to romantic love, could just be related to a general heartbreak in I was gonna say general heartbreak in general, but to heartbreak in general. But this is about understanding who it is that you are now and accepting the differences and who you used to be and who you are now. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups here. Don't be surprised if an ex or an ex-situationship, ex-relationship tied to this specific event reaches out to you. I'm seeing a man, could be a man or a woman with dark hair, broad shoulders. The color red is standing out to me as well. They could be like an Aries. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this person could be reaching out to you in hopes to reconcile something here. They could be reaching out to you with an offer. Okay, yeah, and this is an interesting choice for you to make here, Scorpio, because this is going to be something where with the Wheel of Fortune, I see that either there's a lot of 10s here. This is a period that is coming to an ending either way. So whether this is you ending this relationship with this person altogether, or you ending this period of in like your single journey, this is definitely an important choice for you to make, and it's something that you're definitely going to need to journal about. You're definitely going to need to meditate on, pray if you do that, anything like that. You're definitely going to need to communicate with a friend, explore your options here to make the best decision. Lean on your elders with this Strength card here. Definitely lean on your elders, older people in your family, people that you can use as mentors to ask them how they would handle this situation. It's also possible here that this relationship with this person is because I see that in the Wheel of Fortune, is a generational cycle in your family. So this card could also be reminding you to examine the patterns of relationships of the older people in your family. How does that mirror in the relationship that you have right now? And by continuing this relationship, are you continuing the generational cycle, or are you creating something new and different? So that is all I have for you, Scorpio. I hope you have a beautiful Capricorn full moon. Hello, Sagittarius. How are you? I just dropped the cards everywhere. Let's see what this Capricorn new moon has in store for you. Tell me about my Sagittarius. Okay, we have the King of Wands. We have the Magician. Okay, so this is interesting here. Looking at the King of Wands, he has that mic on, like he's giving some sort of presentation. So you could be literally giving a presentation, because this is happening, I forgot to say, in your second house of finances, of skills, and of resources, things like that. So with the King of Wands here giving this presentation, it's possible that around this time for in your work life, the spotlight is on you. You're making decisions here that are contingent on your company's success, if you work for a company or whatever exactly your career situation is, but you're making important decisions here. It's likely that you're giving some sort of important presentation to either a large group of people or a small group of people in your office. But this is a period where your words have power. So even though this isn't happening in your third house of communication, this is a time for you to sit down and to communicate to yourself on paper what it is that you want from your finances. How much money do you want to make each month? How much money do you want to make in a year? What do you want your finances to look like next year, in 5 years? Things like that. This is a good time to get that all out on paper. We have the Five of Pentacles here as well. This could be an area of, I would say that it is an area of hesitancy for you, because you feel a lot of lack and insecurity around your financial areas, because likely that especially, this doesn't have to be the case, but especially if you are your own business owner, or you've tried to do a business venture in the past, especially if it has failed before, this could definitely be an area where you're like, well, it's failed already once, like what would make me think that it's going to succeed this time? But is failure really failure until you stop trying completely? I know it's cheesy to hear, but that's the truth. And I think that this is definitely an area of insecurity that you're being encouraged to overcome during this full moon in Capricorn, shining on that area of your chart. We also have the Hangman here. Yeah, you could be feeling really just stuck in general, and kind of these insecurities are definitely being activated with the Capricorn influence on this chart, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. It's also Capricorn is very much like the work sign. It's not finances, because that's Taurus, but it's very much the hard work sign. Saturn is like the father of the zodiac, so it's likely you're feeling very called to have a responsibility on your financial matters at this time, and just examining how much money you have now, what your goals are, and things like that. Yeah, there's so much here related to businesses in general, and just trying to like expand your money for as much as you possibly can. So it's likely at this time you could also be thinking about starting a side hustle or additional businesses, finding additional streams of income. So that is all I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope you have a beautiful Capricorn full moon. Let's move on into my Capricorn. I lost my place. Yeah, into my Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. This is obviously this is obviously a big full moon for you. So this is happening in your first house of self. It's all about your self-image, the way you see yourself, and how you like other people to see you as well, how you wish to show up in the world. Okay, we have the Chariot here. Interesting, because in this card he's playing chess. So there's very likely, oh, it's interesting to me too, because we have the Sun behind him as well. Tell me about this Chariot, please, for my Capricorn. Okay, the Chariot with the Four of Swords reversed here. The Chariot with the chess is very interesting to me. So it's like you're examining your self-image and the way it is that you show up to other people, like how other people perceive you, for a means of being seen in the way you want, for a means of getting what it is that you want. Yeah, because we have the Magician here as well. There's so much light here. You're trying to direct your light where you want it to go. That's so interesting, because on the Magician card we have this Star Pen as well. Yes, you're very focused on what it is you're trying to create here, who it is that you want to be. What else? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely a full moon that is encouraging you to let go old images of yourself, old patterns, old ideas that you have imprinted like on your mind. So if you've always thought, well, I'm just somebody who's stressed out, like I'm always going to be stressed out, this is an opportunity to release that, to move on from those things, and instead you start to teach yourself, I'm somebody who's so at ease with everything in my life. Okay, we have the Five of Wands here in reverse. This is also a time where you stop depending on, I want to be very careful about the way I say this because it sounds contradictory, and I promise it's not. It's just the way that I'm saying it. This is a time where you release what your self-image is as far as like how other people see you. You stop defining yourself by the way other people see you, and instead you start defining yourself by how you want to be seen by other people. So it's defined by you instead of you being defined by other people, if that makes sense. This is a big full moon for that. What else do we have here? Okay, we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. I see you bonding with a friend in a similar situation, somebody who you always can be yourself with, someone who you don't feel defined by necessarily. It just feels like you can be yourself. They feel like they can be yourself with you. This is maybe somebody that you've known since childhood, or you can kind of like release into that inner child with them. And also getting lost like in your creativity here. Creating for the sake of creation is something I think that would make you feel really free, like in general at this time. So that is all I have for you, Capricorn. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed full moon, and we are going to move along into Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, how are you? This is happening in your 12th house. So this is a time where you're being encouraged to let go of subconscious patterns. Okay. My cards keep falling everywhere. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there is, with this door here, there is a key here to unlocking your subconscious, understanding your subconscious patterns, things like that. You're being led through, like, walk with me here for a second, okay? We're doing a metaphor. You're being led through this like dark forest. It's like scary. It's kind of like it's foggy. There's a lot of like smoke happening, and you're like, I don't want to turn. I want to turn back, but I can't, because the only way out is through. And the key with that is if you keep pushing through your subconscious mind, you're like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't remember, a lot of anxieties, a lot of fears. But you're being led into a place that is so divinely guided that it opens a new doorway for you. And this is a place. Excuse me. This is a place where you're no longer feeling burnt out. You're no longer feeling burdened by productivity. You're being supercharged into doing things because you feel passionate about them, and not doing things because you have to do them. This is opening just a whole new chapter of your life for you in regards to how you feel. We have the Tower in reverse, and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse here. Yeah, you have been avoiding the work in a specific area of your subconscious mind for too long, Aquarius. It's time to understand it. And this is because there was a really painful circumstance in your life that made you retreat inside of yourself. It brought up a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors, and I think that manifests a lot for you by never taking the chances that you want, because if you never take the chances at all, you cannot fail. But this is a time where the Capricorn full moon is asking you to let go of that stuff. It's asking you to understand it so it can be let go of. There's also a particular, like I had that forest metaphor, and now I'm seeing like a tree in this card. There's a particular influence on like forestry, forest imagery. So if that is something that you are able to access at this time, definitely do so. But this is definitely a time where you need to get real with yourself and be brave enough to venture back in time and let go of those things that you've been holding on to. This is also a particularly auspicious time for you to meet with a therapist or do any sort of shadow work. Things like that is highly encouraged by this Capricorn full moon. So that is all I have for you, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and move on into our Pisces. Hi Pisces, this is happening in your 11th house of networking opportunities and your community. So let's see how exactly this is showing up for you. Okay, we have the High Priestess. It's very likely at this time you could be connecting with a group of spiritually like-minded individuals. You could be finding a coven, a church, a temple. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, you're feeling very divinely guided into finding a community of like-minded spiritual people right now, of like-minded people where you can talk about esoteric topics, where you can talk about things that are very important to you, which is your spirituality. We also have the Five of Cups here. You could be encouraged at this time to join a sober community. If I'm seeing 2 5s too, which is the number of change, but you could be encouraged to join a sober community for those of you who are sober or are looking to be sober. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so this is coming through really strongly. For those of you who, in general, I see a lot of like wanting to connect with a community of like-minded people that are spiritually in tune with you and giving up bad habits. So for some of you, it could be like substance addictions, it could be gambling addictions, but just codependency in general. You're ready to walk away from a bad habit that you have, and you're feeling inspired to do so through the connection of a network of other people, and that's kind of empowering you to share your story with those people and have your story be heard by them and have them share similar stories with you, and you feel very connected to this group of people. So that's something you should definitely look into, Pisces. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed full moon. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like on this video if I read you correctly. Leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated, and if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I love what I do and I would love to have you here. So thanks so much, and I will see you later. Bye.